Jared and Jensen.
With the show wrapping, have you guys had any time to reflect on all you've accomplished and what it means to the fans?
I've had a little bit of time to kind of digest just what this has meant. I've been on the road from Vancouver to Austin, headed back home, and given it a lot of thought. I gave it a lot of thought leading up to it, but in the time since, I really have this sense of pride. Not just from my involvement in the show, but from Jensen and Misha and Alex and everybody who's been involved in front of the camera and everybody who's been involved behind the camera, the writers, the producers, our directors, but also, and this is really important, from the fandom, from the SBN family at large, and what a chance it was, what a wonderful opportunity it was to not only do a project I really cared about. I cared about the themes and I cared about the motives and motifs, and I cared about my character, but I also really care about the fandom. And I feel like I went in as an actor and I came out as a family member of a giant multi-million person family.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's necessarily set in yet, and I don't know that it's going to set in for a while. You know, we're a week out of being done. We've gotten to talk about it quite a lot this week. We've had a lot of interviews and some panel talks and a lot of Zooms, and so I feel like we're still kind of in the debriefing room, so to speak. And I don't feel like it's really settled in, kind of the weight of the fact that it's over. I will say that I'm still kind of looking back on it with this fondness of, like, you know, holy crap, we did that. We put away 15 years on a single show, playing a single character. Granted, that one character may have had some some possessions and some different facets, but you know, the fact that we did that and we did it with this group of this crew and this cast of amazing talented actors, and we did it with this fan base that really was the engine that kept us running the whole time. You know, I know there's a lot to look back on. There's a lot to unpack as far as that goes, but right now I'm still debriefing. I'm still coming down from the high, so to speak.
You kind of touched on it, but what are you most proud of achieving in these past 15 seasons?
I think what I'm most proud of accomplishing is being a part of something. My involvement in Supernatural, though I was in every episode, was never about me, and I know Jensen would say the same thing. It was never about him. It was about us and the larger us, and it brings me pride and happiness to have been, you know, helping to helm that. But the fact that so many people got involved, so many that we had never met, and a lot that we will never meet, to make this show a success and to make the show last so long. So I was really proud to sacrifice every day for myself and for my fellow actors and actresses and for our crew and for the fandom.
What piece of advice might Sam and Dean give to you, Jared and Jensen?
I think Dean would tell Jared to cut his hair. I think
there's no place for that in the Supernatural world.
Yeah.
I'd say Sam and Dean would probably tell Jensen and Jared that they needed to probably have a vast variety of weapons at their disposal, because the kids' toys and the Legos aren't going to cut it when something comes crashing through the window at night. Yeah, probably that.
Yeah. They'd be like, Jared, Jensen, yeah, you're getting soft. Get back in the gym. So, that being said, they'd probably also tell us, I think Sam and Dean would probably look us in the eyes and say, listen, guys, you're stronger than you think. Just keep working.
No one's ever really dead on Supernatural. Has anybody not come back that you wish would have?
I don't think they died, so I don't know about being resurrected, but the kind of Sam and Dean LARPers cosplayers from the real Ghostbusters made me laugh while we were on set. And and AJ and Travis also are ghost facers. Again, I don't think they died, but
they've come back, and they've also been back on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to take a poll on the fans of that one and see who top 10s the list there, because that'd be interesting.
You obviously know your characters inside and out. What is it going to feel like to step into new roles?
Yeah, obviously over the course of 15 and a half years, I got to know Sam pretty well. So my next project will be playing Cordell Walker, and I've certainly read through the scripts a lot and done a lot of character work. I still probably won't really have a grasp of how different it feels until maybe the 4th or 5th episode. You know, I mean, they're going to call action day 1, and I'm going to try and make sure I've shed Sam as much as humanly possible, and carry on and be true to my new character. But I think it's going to take a while for it to sit in, you know, because I think my instinct when I read a script these days, and I know I'm playing the part of a character, is to kind of go to Sam, just because I've been doing it for so long. So I just want to make sure to give this new character all the respect he deserves as well.
What are your takeaways? What are you hoping that the legacy of Supernatural is?
There's so many things in the show that I think people that resonate with a lot of different people. I think, you know, whether it was just the genre aspect of it that drew them to it, whether people were just into horror movies and they wanted to watch a small horror movie each week, or whether it was the fact that they started to care about these brothers and they wanted to know more about their story and why they were doing what they were doing. Or whether it was about the inspiration to fight and to keep fighting no matter what the odds. And I think that the inspiration that we were able to give people who watch the show manifested itself into giving us inspiration back, or in us receiving that inspiration to keep kind of doing what we were doing throughout the 15 years. And so I kind of feel like I hope the legacy is a number of things. One certainly being the relationship that the fans had with this particular story and the show and this cast of characters. I think was something that was truly unique to what we had in Supernatural compared to any other place.
What are you going to miss most about making the show?
I'm going to miss a lot about making Supernatural. And there's a lot I probably won't miss as well. You know, traveling all the time and being on an airplane and airports and being away from my family. But
I don't know. I bet you miss that. I bet there'll come a time where you'll be like, you know, I actually enjoyed that, being on an airplane, and being able to unplug for several hours and not have to. You know, but yeah, no, I get you. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, and I think Jensen is probably right there. I'm sure I will miss sneaking away, especially when the kids are like, hey, he's hitting me and she pooped on me, or whatever they say. What I won't miss is leaving my family in Austin. What I will miss is seeing my family so often in Vancouver, because my fellow cast and crew up there have become family, and I know it's going to be a while until I see them again. So I'll miss all of them.
I'm gonna miss Tex-Mex Day at the catering truck.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Can you tease us with anything about the final 7 episodes?
The last 7 episodes. Well, that's episode
14 to 20.
14, which is the one that comes after 13. Then there's episode 15,
Yes.
which is 5 before the end.
Ooh.
Then 16, we're getting closer. Now we've only got 4 left.
And 17 was right before 18, right?
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. Don't say too much. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
But then there's 18, and 18 was really, there was like a lot that happened there, because we're moving right into the 19th episode, which is the second to last, which means that 20's next, and boom, there you go. There's your season. There's your 15 years. Check, please.
What he said.
The final season continues Thursdays at 7 on CW18. The final ride leads to a 2-hour series finale event November 19th.